What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Taste Like Music. Jason, Joe, and Crams are here. It is Sigur Rós week. If you have not seen the video yet, we've already ranked their 8 studio albums, and now we are going to each give you our selections for our 10 favorite songs. Please excuse the mispronunciations. I'm sure they will be plentiful. And Joe will kick us off.
All right. I don't apologize for butchering these names because I don't care. Number 10, Untitled. Number 8, Poplagio. Sounds like Kid A or Amnesiac, but a slightly harder edge to it. It is interminably long, but mostly interesting. Number 9, I got the title track to Augetis Bayern, also known as Agitus Brygen. This one's twinkly and cutesy, but some nice piano and drums that I noticed in there. Number 8, I got Sven G. Englar. I didn't love the whole track. Like, he's doing kind of an annoying post-rock wailing kind of thing throughout most of it. But when he shuts up and cuts that out, there's a pretty great outro, which I could have used a little more of. Nice explosive. They do have that cathartic build, which they do pretty well. And I think that's one of the better examples. Number 7, I'm going to go with Untitled. Number 6, Ebo, subtitle Ebo. The bass player uses an Ebo, and that sounded cool. Number 6, Untitled. Number 7, Datalagio. Again, sounds like Kid A or Amnesiac. This one's a little softer and poppier. Number 5, Hajartad Hamast. Kind of bluesy and apocalyptic. This one kind of reminded me of Talk Talk a little bit because it's got that cool harmonica that comes in. Nice groovy bass line even. Number 4 is Jockey. Big tribal drums, twistier song construction. Actually sounds like a song with structure instead of just a crescendo build. Number 3, I got Untitled. Number 4, sounds like Christmas, secular Christmas, but Christmas nonetheless. Icy and cold and whatever cold and icy adjectives that you want to throw in there. It sounds like that. Number 2, Brennestein, aka Brimstone in American there. An aggressive move for the band. This one has like a scorching, erupting bass sound, which is very cool. A nice mood shift in the middle where things get ethereal. They vary it up a lot. Within the song, it's an actual bridge in there, which is cool. Number 1, though, from the very first album, Merker. Reminds me of the Cocteau Twins. Great guitar tone. Nothing like they ever would do again. This was what they should have sounded like. And the singing is pretty without being cloying or annoying or too Jonesy. And so liked that one.
Joe's Cocteau Twins love is one of my favorite things that ever happened on the channel. All right, I don't know if this has ever happened before for you diehard fans out there, and like for your tastelikemusicreference.com enthusiasts, figure this out. I don't have any songs for my number 1 favorite album in my top 10, which is weird, but here we go. Number 10, I've got Celeste. Pretty childlike xylophone, I think. Probably glockenspiel. No one uses a xylophone anymore. But then it becomes like this chamber music fanfare and has this whimsical nature to it. I like it a lot. Number 9, I've got Hapipala. Great strings, thick raw drums, nice juxtaposition there. The key riff is really nice and some good harmonies in the vocals. Triumphant horns in the end, very nice. Number 8, I've got Olsen Olsen. I really like the vibrating bass line there. The bass is kind of something I don't even remember talking about other than the EBow being used on the bass. Not a great instrument for this band, but it stands out here. Really haunting, reverb-drenched vocals bellowing out. Number 7, I've got NY Battery, New York Battery. I don't know. I like the chamber music, the cool icy horns, the methodical slow burn like a dying fire with one last hurrah. Pretty cool drum work on here. Number 5, I've got Gong. Haunting vocals, great atmosphere, and I really like the percussion. It's buzzing like a bee in the rain. Very cool. Number 4, I've got Svevenji Englar. I like the bow a lot. I think it just creates this. Like, I wish they used it more when they're using the synth hums and everything. Just use the bow. It's got like an unpredictability to it. It's got a restlessness to it that I really like. I like the drowsy drums on it. There's a really nice dramatic swell. Then I'm gonna go with Untitled number 4, Nejazlaflen. Pretty vocals, good guitar, lots of emotion and dreamlike atmosphere. These are hard tracks to describe. I'm sorry. Number 2, I've got Staralfur. Beautiful. The strings are great, and they really pull at your own heartstrings. Nice lead with those bell-like synths. I like when it cuts out and it's just got that scrappy guitar. But my favorite track is Gobbledygook. Really great guitar, more mainstream indie folk sound, much less ambient and nice melody. But the thing that really does it for me are those pounding tribal drums. Kind of reminds me of Animal Collective with that going on. And you don't get a lot of that in their catalog, but if there's anything I'm preaching that any good producer would have been like, you need to do more with the drums. When you do more with the drums, everything sounds better. But they just kind of do it a little bit per album when it should be everywhere. So I don't know what the hell they're thinking.
A couple times there, it sounded like Cram was trying to sing Missy Elliott, the reversed vocals.
Yeah, I mean, I wish we were talking about Missy Elliott.
My number 10 is Flugefrere Saren. This is Jonsi at his most Tom Yorkian. I like the restraint in this track. It keeps feeling like it's going to erupt, but it kind of takes its time. It ebbs and flows, and I think the chorus is pretty strong. Number 9 from Tak, I have Happy Pola. I like the pairing of the heavier rhythmic elements and the tinkling piano on top. I think they do that pretty successfully here. The orchestral arrangement on the back half of the song is awesome as well. My number 8 is Stormer. Different from anything else they've ever done, I think. That beat and the buzzy sub bass sounds like something from like 2018, but this was 5 years prior to that. It's just like this really modern sounding track, but instead of having something like Imagine Dragons or Coldplay on top of it, it's still like the Sigur Rós that you know and love, and it's just an interesting pairing. Number 7, I have Gon Dagen, which is maybe their folkiest song. Acoustic guitar is very prominent. It's a very simple song. But the other string arrangements and other things happening in the background give it like this dreamlike haze. I think it's really tastefully done, the way they kind of embellish the core song without overdoing it. I think it's very beautiful. Number 6, Staral Fjord, which has a very 90s feel to it. To me, those like inspirational sounding strings almost remind me of like Bittersweet Symphony or something like that. Even though they're not necessarily the same, they just kind of invoke that same sort of feeling. But it's a gorgeous arrangement, and I love the way that the strings work with the vocals in the track. Number 5, I have Sven Geanglar. Love the very raw, dry drum sound paired with the more ethereal elements, the kind of underwater sonar sounds, and I think it's one of Jonsi's best vocal performances, and he's hitting those high notes really well. Number 4, I have Brennenstein, their heaviest song, practically industrial sounding with that fuzzy bass and clangy percussion, but through all the noise comes one of the prettiest melodies in their discography. Number 3, I have Inni Mer Singer Vital Singer. This song is very 2008, kind of sounds like Edward Sharpe or maybe Polyphonic Spree. I love hearing Jonsi deliver those more straightforward melodies because I really like his voice a lot. Number 2, I have Isyak, which is maybe the closest they came to having a pop song in their catalog, but some really rhythmically cool and interesting things going on. The strings are doing some crazy stuff as well. It's got like a backbeat and a hook. I just think it's a really cool track. Dog's barking. Number 1, I've got Vi Spillum Endalast, which is just full on indie pop, again, circa 2008. And who would have thought that Flood would be the one to pull it out of them? It just feels joyful and free. And yeah, it's great to hear them finally get there. All right, so let us know what you think of our lists. If we missed your favorite tracks, let us know what we missed down in the comments. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.